You'll find a blend of people here, from teenagers playing volleyball on the beach to older people relaxing, soaking up all of this sunshine.
So Gulf Shores and Orange Beach is just embracing perfect panoramic views and vibrant life. Gulf Shores is a place that is great for couples, retirees, and families alike. We have previously talked about moving to Lower Alabama on this channel, but in this video, we're going to be targeting the amazing beaches and towns around Gulf Shores and Orange Beach specifically. So basically everything about living near Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. So from beach access, fun towns, to rules and regulations, we're going to touch on all these topics. So stay tuned till the end of the video. Moving to Lower Alabama, the Gulf Shores and Orange Beach edition.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel, or welcome back to our channel. We're your real estate fam, and we're here once again with a new video about Lower Alabama. We're here to use some of our expertise to hopefully help y'all out before you decide to move to Alabama. LA is well known for having the most amazing beach towns, and that's exactly what we'll be talking about in today's video.
Hey, it's me, Tony, and this is my partner, Jess. If you're new to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and you press that little bell so you get notified each time we drop a new video. We post fresh, informational content every weekend to answer your questions, to let you know everything about what it's like to live in Alabama. And since we're licensed realtors here in the state of Alabama, as much as we love making these videos, we would love to help you even more with your real estate needs. So if you're seeing these numbers popping up on the screen right now, we're the guys who are answering the texts, those emails, those phone calls, and if you need any help, feel free to reach out to us anytime. Now, without further ado, let's dive right into this video.
So the very first thing that comes to mind when you think about Gulf Shores is warm baby blue water and gorgeous sugary sand, but there's a lot more than just beaches in this gorgeous area. So if you're thinking about making your big move and considering relocating to Gulf Shores, then here's everything you need to know. We'll start with the very obvious pro of living around Gulf Shores, the beach life. The towns around Gulf Shores are a vibrant mix of young and old. Gulf Shores is the biggest vacation spot and has a population of little more than 13,000 people, which just keeps going up. So it's definitely a busy area to live in. But Gulf Shores has about 32 miles of gorgeous beachfront with about 10 public access shorelines. These beaches have a lot of public facilities, amenities, and fun things to do.
If you're living near Gulf Shores, you have to have a picnic at one of the public beaches. And if I were you, I would do it daily.
It's beach season.
You also find a lot of beach bars if you want to get off the water for a while, including my favorite, the Hangout. The parking is usually at kiosks for like $3 depending on where you stay and the size of your vehicle. But if you're a veteran and you go to any state park, it's free.
I'm a veteran! Dad!
So make sure you bust out your military ID or your veteran ID and you tell them so you don't have to pay for parking.
Yes, so the beach life is definitely a lifestyle. However, there's one thing we get asked all the time, and that's how to get around the place and travel near Gulf Shores. So if you're planning to move to Gulf Shores or the surrounding area, you should probably buy a bike, or you can also rent a bike from any of the local spots. People are big on bikes here. It's easier to navigate the traffic. You'll see this is a very popular way of getting around town in Gulf Shores. The area is just super bicycle friendly, and it makes getting from point A to point B pretty pleasant, and it's a lot easier.
A bike to get around this place is a very smart way to travel because traffic is a nightmare around Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, especially during summer months. And if you're like me, then you probably need the exercise anyways. I hate cardio so much.
What are you doing? I'm doing horizontal running. Horizontal running?
But it's the little things like this that help me get out and get a cardio workout in. So back to the Gulf Shores topic. Their area is growing rapidly in population. There are two main roads leading to the surrounding areas, and that's Highway 59 and Baldwin Beach Expressway. If you travel faster and really fight off the traffic, then here's a tip for you. As you cross the Intercoastal Waterway, the expressway has a toll bridge, which is just a little bit faster.
Good tip.
Getting around the town, finding good food, and exploring is not really difficult around Gulf Shores, considering that it's a major tourist destination. So when it comes to subdivisions near Gulf Shores, there's a place for everyone. You'll find a blend of people here, from teenagers playing volleyball on the beach to older people relaxing, soaking up all of this sunshine. You'll also find plenty of hospitality in our Gulf Beach community. There's Oyster Bay Village, which is a very peaceful and serene place to live, where you'll find great condos. And then there's also Romar Beach condos in Orange Beach, which is also very close to Gulf Shores and a gorgeous location to stay if you're just popping in. But then there's also the Enclave at Oak Hill condos or Sunset Bay at Bon Secours if you're looking to stay for a little bit longer. You won't always find homes available in these areas, so make sure you let us know exactly what you're looking for so we can help you with your search and jump on those properties when they do become available, because this market is crazy.
Call me.
Yeah, and one of my favorite places nearby is a beautiful town that people often just pass through to get here, but I think it's just a quiet paradise. It's called Magnolia Springs, and it's located in the south of Baldwin County. It has a population of about 700 people, and it's a perfect place to find a house.
Or build a house.
Or build a
There's
house.
A lot of lots.
There's also other great areas near Gulf Shores, like the Gulf Highlands. You got Alberta, Josephine, Foley, and those are just a few. And you know what I just remembered? Cedar Grove, if you're looking to escape the racket of this like hustle and bustle of Gulf Shores, it's a very nice area of Gulf Shores where you can go to and just relax your brain, and it's just a little less touristy, but the list is quite long and you have a lot of options to look into if you're gonna think about moving to Gulf Shores.
Yeah, to sum it up, the whole vibe of Gulf Shores is amazing, and you can find beauty around every single corner. People are very hospitable here, and there's just endless fun activities that this area has to offer. So people really think that the fun stops at the beach when it comes to Lower Alabama, but that's just not the case. There are so many other things that you can do around here, especially if you love nature and exploring, but want to avoid getting sandy. You can take a boat ride on a cruise to see dolphins playing in the waves, which is absolutely incredible. Or another cool thing you can do is go explore and see alligators in the backwaters. Just don't get too close. There's the Alabama Gulf Coast Zoo as well, and that reminds me, if you have kids with you or if you're a kid at heart like Tony, then there's no better spot than WATERVILLE, USA. This place is a big water park with water slides, wave pools, and a bunch of other fun things to do like mini golf and go-kart. So there's plenty to do to keep you happy and your kids busy.
So yeah, when you get tired and hungry from all the fun at the beach, then you can go hit up those spots or visit any of those local restaurants that have fresh and authentic seafood. You can down on set at Tacky Jack's. Honestly, it's a beautiful view with delicious food, and it's all anyone can wish for. Or you can enjoy an amazing dinner or a few drinks with friends at the Pink Pony Pub, which is famous for its beachfront restaurant right there in Gulf Shores. People make a stop here, both locals and tourists, to get a few drinks, myself included, maybe even enjoy a brunch. You get the idea. There's a lot to do around Gulf Shores other than just the beach. You have the parks, the restaurants, and even the street area is just so full of life.
People come here to enjoy the sun and the amazing beach life with their friends, their families, and their kids. I've seen people visiting for the first time, and you can literally see it written all over their faces. This place is just pristine and beautiful. And honestly, it is. There's no denying that. However, as much as I personally love Gulf Shores, I've realized that there are certain do's and don'ts when visiting, and we have to share them with you guys. So to start off, don't think that Gulf Shores only offers gorgeous beaches. The beaches are definitely the focal point that draws people to Gulf Shores, but there are honestly so many other things to do that you can enjoy, especially if you're not a beach person. So don't lose sleep on it. Get out there and explore it, check out the town, and if you love the beaches, please make sure you don't dig big holes on the beach, don't leave your trash behind, and be mindful of turtles when nesting, which is pretty much all summer. And last but not least, watch for the beach warning flags. Just Google it and make sure you're able to get in the water that day. Your life depends on it.
Okay, on to some more fun things. There are small hidden gems around Gulf Shores that you can explore. I've always enjoyed the areas. They're not only about beach activities, they also have fun Mardi Gras as well. The pubs and small restaurants around towns are just amazing all year round. But this year especially, there's been a lot of hype about the Pensacola airport being redesigned. It has apparently been transformed to fit the theme of Pensacon, which is like the popular Comic-Con comic convention that's held every year. So several businesses and the airport partnered to build a hype for convention goers. Pensacola is very close, so that's where we always have friends and family fly out of. And another thing we learned is always watch the locals.
Yes, that's been very useful to me personally. If you're new to the area, always observe and see what's happening if you don't understand something. This happened to me almost recently when I was still not familiar with the beaches and the crazy weather down here. I was at the beach relaxing, watching my kids have fun, and suddenly the clouds rolled in. I was like, yeah, it's a little cloudy, but it's gonna blow over, no big deal, right? But then I saw everyone was just leaving the beach, packing up their belongings and just like fleeing pretty quickly. And sure enough, 2 minutes later, it was downpouring thunder and lightning. So if you're not familiar with the beaches and the weather down here, definitely listen to the locals. They know what's up.
So seeing how clean and pristine the Gulf Shores beaches are, there are some rules that you must follow while you're on the beach. Especially if you're thinking about relocating to Gulf Shores, you should know these rules and try not to break them. For starters, you can't bring glass to the beach here. All the beaches that I have ever been to are usually littered with cigarette butts, glasses, and garbage, but this is not the case with the beaches here. There's another thing that you're not allowed to do at these beaches, and that's bring your pets. So if you have a dog, you better leave them indoors when you're visiting the beach. And like I mentioned earlier, the biggest don't of living near the beach is to ignore the red flag. When you're at the beach, you need to understand what different color flags mean. There are tons of amazing sights here. You'll probably see people gather to get a glimpse of dolphins that usually come near the shores, but there are some not so pleasant things as well. If you're gonna be living near the beach, then sometimes you're gonna experience some of the surges of these jellyfish. This is usually very common in July. Other than this, you just need to be prepared for the heat and the humidity.
It's extremely important, even if you're not spending a ton of time on the beach, to use sunblock down here. I'm not a skincare expert, but you've got to use sunblock every single day and stay hydrated here if you don't want to get fried. I always think I won't get burnt, and then nope, the next thing you know, you're red as a tomato. And it can happen in like 15 minutes, so you definitely want to put on that SPF.
Skin cancer is for real.
And during the peak summer, the heat can get pretty out of control where it feels like it's 120 degrees.
So hot. So hot.
This pop isn't working, Benny. I'm baking like a toasted cheeser. It's so hot here. It's 150 degrees outside. You can't play baseball.
But there's a lot of options for you to cool off, like the beach right in front of you. You can take a dip and cool down, and of course there's lots of snow cones and freeze pops. I get a huge bag of freeze pops from the Dollar General, and they are lifesavers.
God, thanks.
My kids go through them like crazy, but they're cheap, so it works out really well.
Hey, while we're on the topic of food, I think you guys should know this if you're thinking about moving to the Gulf Shores. It's an absolute paradise if you love seafood. You're gonna explode from eating all the seafood. I know I do every time, and I have a big list of favorites. They have freshly cooked shrimp, fried blue crab claws, fried okra, fried catfish, and definitely the Gulf shrimp. And I feel like I sound like Forrest Gump naming all these.
Shrimp soup, shrimp stew, shrimp salad, shrimp and potatoes.
But make sure you enjoy these amazing cuisines when you're down here. Another thing about food is that it's not really cheap when you come down here. Considering the area is close to the coast, you would think it would be, and there's a lot of fresh supply because it's right here. So you'd think it'd be cheap, but it's a tourist destination, so sadly, it's not. However, the food price really matches the quality here. The fresh southern flavors really justify these prices. And another thing about the Gulf Shores is that you do not have those big Walmarts and Target shops here. So if you want to buy something, you got to make sure that you get it beforehand, because otherwise you're going to be having to stop at one or two of the local shops and you're going to be paying for it.
And those small shops don't have everything you're gonna be looking for, so you're gonna wanna stock those big box stores before you hit Gulf Shores or Orange Beach. So yeah, there's no big box stores, you're gonna have to support local, and you're gonna pay for it as well. So if you're gonna be living near Gulf Shores, you're gonna need to be prepared for families, friends, and tourists flowing in. Especially during the vacation season, there's a lot of crowds around the popular beaches. The restaurants are usually packed during the spring and summer seasons. Even the hotels are all completely booked. People who are visiting usually book their accommodation way in advance because the holiday seasons are excessively busy around the Gulf Shores. And all of these people are coming up to visit. It's also a great change for the locals, and everyone seems to really like it. They're super friendly. I've had some really amazing encounters with the locals around FOLEY, Orange Beach, Gulf Shores. Even if you're a little bit worried about blending in, people are just super accepting and welcoming.
I personally have never met so many people who are genuinely just want to be nice and just want to talk to you and just ask how your day is going. But with all that said, I've also met people who are kind of protective of their territory, which is to be expected because they love their Gulf Coast and the community, and locals don't appreciate anyone that's coming in to disrespect the pristine beaches or breaking those rules that we were talking about. So just make sure you keep those beaches clean and safe.
Right, the locals really value and appreciate their permanent home here, so sometimes tourists and visitors can give people a bad name when they're visiting here, and locals kind of are just a little more weary of people coming in their territory. So they really take pride in living here.
I think we've talked a lot about the activities, the people, and the beach life, but the first and foremost thing is accommodation if you're thinking about this beautiful area. Who doesn't fancy a Gulf Coast beach house, right? I've always romanticized such locations, and guess what? I can help you find such a dreamy place right in the middle of the white sand beaches. I love people finding their perfect beach house, partly because it's my job, but mostly because I just love the idea of a nice house on the beach and maybe someone that I know to go visit. So whenever someone comes to me about Gulf Shores, I get pretty excited, not gonna lie. It's like a fun hunt for me. The beach houses, especially on the Gulf Shores in Orange Beach, don't only have perfect views, but they also have fully equipped kitchens, outdoor living areas. They have pools and TVs, and you don't feel like hiking everything to the beach. It's just a paradise no matter where you're at.
It's the same for me too. I've always been mesmerized by the idea of living by the beach. I think the ideal house you want is the one that gives you an amazing view of the sand and water. As we mentioned, it does grow pretty crowded during the festivals, the holiday seasons, and those big touristy months. So you might want a house or condo that's actually a few blocks away from the noise or just up the road, so you're not having people in your front yard every single day.
And in the end, if you have your heart set on moving to Gulf Shores, we're pretty sure you're not going to regret it. We shared some major highlights and facts about the transportation, the beach life, the towns around Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. It's very active and a charming place to have homes or your personal house, and to experience the amazing taste of all the local restaurants. Gulf Shores is a good place for families too. There's Gulf Shores Public Schools if you have kids. If you're still not sure if Gulf Shores is the place or not for you, you can always give us a call and we can go through with you. Days, nights, weekends, we got your back.
That's right, y'all. We live right here in Lower Alabama, so we're sharing firsthand information and experiences with you guys so you can get an idea of what it's really like living here. Reach out to us if you need any help, and yeah, just as much as we love making these videos and giving you guys the rundown, we'd love even more to help you with your real estate needs. We're the ones who answer those calls, texts, and emails, so if there's something we can do to help, do not hesitate to reach out because we'd love to.
Hope to hear from y'all real soon. Until then, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next video. Until then, we'll see y'all later.
Bye guys.